Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for February 2019. My name is Melanie. This is a general reading, so of course it may or may not resonate. I just encourage you to take what you like and leave the rest. I'm using two different sets of cards, details of which I'll leave below. The main deck is called Tattoo Tarot, Ink and Intuition, and the second deck I kind of use more like oracle cards. Usually one card comes out representing an overall theme, but you guys had two cards. That deck is called the Dreamtime Reading Cards. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system. Really beautiful cards and meanings. So I'm just going to dive right in. So 5 cards for the month of February for Capricorn. The first card there representing past energy, what may still be a factor or influencing this month. The 6 of Wands card came out for you guys. Present energy, current situation, issues going on in February for Capricorns, the 4 of Wands card. Possible obstacles that may show up this month for you guys, the 6 of Swords card. Possible helpful tools, things that may be of use. The Wheel of Fortune card came through, and the outcome card for February for Capricorns, the 7 of Wands card. And then the two, usually one, but in this case the 2 cards came out representing the overall theme for the month of February. The Sun card meaning fertility, and also the Waterfall card representing release. And I'll be reading about those cards at the end of the reading. Okay, so starting with the past, well actually before I sort of go into it, I just want you to notice that there is a lot of Wands energy around this month. For Capricorns, you've got 3 Wands cards out of a total of 5 tarot cards there. Wands energy, Wands is the fire signs, very passionate, creative energy, inspiration, motivation, life force, power, spontaneity, matters of the soul. So this sounds like a bit of a big month for you guys in terms of those something sort of passionate and creative going on in your life, or stirring up a lot of those feelings for you. And starting with the past energy, we have the 6 of Wands card there. The 6 of Wands is a card kind of a victory. It's like a warrior returning from battle, and he's coming into the, he or she, of course, coming back into the town and being cheered on by all the crowds as a champion and a hero. And everyone's happy at this success. It's sort of about being publicly recognised for something and receiving honours. It can be a card about good news, reaching an important milestone or a significant achievement, and it's left you feeling really successful, confident, self-assured. You've kind of got through the challenges in the past, and here you are, successful, victorious, and people recognise that and are seeing that. If you've, on the flip side of that, sometimes people get a bit jealous or envious of that, and maybe be put offside by that somehow. So I'm not sure if that's actually happened, but you are confident in yourself. Just, of course, don't be too overly confident and sort of brag about your achievements, but you've definitely, well, why not in a way, but you've definitely reached a milestone and you've been victorious in some area of your life. That could be anything: a work situation, a creative endeavour, a relationship issue, friendships, getting a car. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Anything in your life that's given you a sense of, wow, I've done it, I've really done it, and people are like, wow, that's awesome, you've really done that, well done. So that's somehow weaving its way into February, whatever happened there in the past, because moving into February for Capricorns, the main sort of current issues and situations, you guys have the 4 of Wands card. So this is a really beautiful card of harmony, of love being in the air, celebration after hard work. So, which makes sense to me on the back of the 6 of Wands card, of being sort of recognised for something you've achieved. And here we've got the 4 of Wands card again, of sort of celebration, of lovely kind of feelings of love and support, marriage, the conclusion of something. This is a card of stability as well. Usually in the house and home, maybe there's some sort of movement in the home or in job, but significant progress has been made towards a goal, and things are a lot more stable now. It could represent an important event coming up in work or relationships, new things coming to your life, new growth, new additions coming in. But essentially it's a happy card. There are happy times ahead. It's a bit of a rite of passage. Something's been completed, and now there's a lot of joy and a lot of celebration this month because there's been a lot of hard work and you're kind of feeling really good. And your community and the people around you are very happy and celebrating with you in that. Lots of lovely feelings, you know, and a very stable kind of energy. Moving on to what may be possibly an obstacle this month, or a bit of a challenge. You have the Six of Swords card, so kind of a different energy. I've just noticed you've got 2 sixes as well. Sixes are about victory and success. Being on one's journey, you know, the start of the journey itself, and the end of the journey. But the outcome fundamentally is harmonious, and I would say even the Four of Wands card is a card of harmony as well. So the Six of Swords card is about a journey, but kind of regretfully having to go on a journey, of having to leave something behind, and moving away from something that perhaps wasn't good, or ideas in our head even that were not helpful and were holding us back. This can be, you know, it is a card of taking a journey and a card of transition, but not something that we probably wanted to do. You're on the right path though. This could actually be representing a physical journey that one goes on, or travel, or having a break. It's a card of success over trials and recovery, but recovery because something has been difficult. You know, so, and you may not have wanted to walk away, but you kind of needed to because emotionally perhaps something was a bit turbulent and you want to go to calmer waters. So you're physically moving away from that, or emotionally walking away from that, and you have support. There's people around you supporting you to start over and refresh things. So wait, but this is in the position of obstacles. So what does that mean? This is a Swords card. Swords are about thoughts, our heads, communication, beliefs, ideas, matters of the mind, worries. You know, maybe there is still a lot of worries going on for you and you're resisting a move somehow, that something is needed to be changed and you're fighting that somehow, or you're wanting to, I have a different set of cards in front of me now that I refer to in a reading just to kind of prompt me. And in the more traditional image of the card, of the Six of Swords, there is I think it's a woman on a boat, on like a wooden dinghy, so a wooden boat with what looks like a child next to her. She's fully wrapped up in some sort of like a cloak. Her head is down, she looks a bit sad, a bit despondent. Standing behind her with a big, I'm going to say oar, I know it's got a different name, but someone who's like steering that boat and is like pushing her away from somewhere. And on the right hand side of this image, you know what, I'm just going to damn well show you. Even though I love the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition cards, and I get just, the messages from them are just fantastic. I still like to refer to these ones here. So this is what it would traditionally, I'm going to say, look like, this card, the Six of Swords. If there's a bit of glare there. So you can see the woman on the boat there with her child next to her. To me, that's taking your most precious things with you as you leave something. We have water, obviously she's on a boat, so there's water, but down here there's kind of rougher waters. She's moving to calmer waters. There is someone there helping her to go to calmer waters. These are the swords. So she's taking these kind of thoughts and ideas, I think, with her, but just remember she's moving from an emotional state into a calmer state. But if she was to pull out these swords that are in the boat, what would happen? Water would come in. The boat would start leaking. She would be overwhelmed again by emotions, and she wouldn't get to where she needs to be. So perhaps be mindful of that this month, of not to be too overwhelmed by thoughts These are thoughts here, the swords representing thoughts and matters of the mind, and you've still got some emotions kind of going on here. But be wary of your mind this month, and where your thoughts are at in terms of getting in the way of something that otherwise has been quite victorious. Don't know if that's helpful or not, but that's what springs to mind with that card. Moving on to what may be of use and helpful things this month. Wheel of Fortune card. Amazing card, the most symbolic card of the deck. It's loaded with symbols and meanings. Fundamentally, it represents life's cyclic nature, destiny, karma, good luck, life cycles, a new cycle kind of coming in, balance being restored, fate taking charge. Can be about unexpected events, sudden luck, a godsend, things turning in your favour and being on the right path. Life is always life is a wheel of going round and round, up and down, kind of thing. This is a card about odds coming in your favour and just needing to go with the flow of the wheel. I think too, to keep a perspective on things, with the wheel, obviously if you were to sit in the centre of a wheel, as it was turning, you would probably be spun around a lot less than if you're on the outside of the wheel kind of thing. I think this is a reassuring card, to say that you're on the right path. In fact, the universe has really stepped in here, and it's saying to have faith in that and to trust the flow of life, the flow of the divine, the flow of the universe. Things are progressing and moving along. You're advancing in some way. If unexpected events or things come up, I would say this card is saying to take them, because there's good luck coming in here, good karma being presented to you. So you must have done some good stuff somewhere along the line. I'm sure you have. And this card is about ultimately sort of balance and the way the universe and our bodies always seek to be in balance and sort of homeostasis and keep the flow of things. So go with the flow this month. Trust the bigger universal picture of things. If you ever get too stuck, say, in your head with the Six of Swords card there and a bit resistant to change. Finally, the outcome card for the month, the Seven of Wands card. So here we are with another Wands card. This is really interesting because on the back of the Six of Wands, which we start with sort of past energy and being victorious after a bit of a battle and coming in, people cheering you on, the Seven of Wands card is a bit about a bit of challenge and competition in your life, but you are confident and strong in yourself and you overcome these challenges. You defend yourself. It's like if people start doubting you, or if you start doubting yourself, you actually rise up and you kind of like, even though I feel like I'm under attack from my own thoughts, maybe that is that Six of Swords card there. When you think about it, when you trust the process, like with the Wheel of Fortune, you come out on top. You do win. You are in a position of advantage and personal strength and personal integrity. This is a card to remind you that there may be some unforeseen hurdles sometimes, but it's not going to matter. I know that might be irritating, but you're still going to be fine. You're going to be still getting closer to your creative. You'll be finding some creative, this is the Wands card being that creative energy, so there may be some good creative solutions to any problems that come up this month, and people may well challenge that, but you have good faith and belief in yourself, and you've also got the faith of the you also, I'm going to say, you have the belief of the universe backing you as well to have faith in. If you're feeling like you're battling away in your own head, don't be afraid to ask for help as well. Ask for assistance from other people. More people are probably on your side than you think, but you're going to come out on top and defend yourself well, whether that's external enemies, so to speak, or internal enemies, which would be our thoughts. Very powerful at times. Okay, and then now moving on to those two cards there representing the overall theme for the month, to see if it all sort of ties in somehow. So I love to read from this book, Connecting with the Ancient Spirit and Nature of Australia. So we have the Sun card, meaning fertility. Interesting, huh? And let me find it here. So, in some Aboriginal cultural groups, the sun, rather than being associated with masculinity, is described as female. The sun was considered the great mother, giver of life and of warmth, and nourisher of the earth. Often these groups were matrilineal societies where knowledge was passed down from mothers and aunts to the next generations. The sun is associated with warmth and nurturing, the fertile womb, and the mother, the one who births new life. The sun promises a second chance and is a warming reminder that tomorrow is another day. In the morning, the sun will rise and a brand new day will begin, full of potential and warmth. Australia is a harsh continent and often affected by long periods of drought. At its most dangerous, the sun can burn, dry out and kill livestock and leave the landscape barren. This is a reminder that it is not possible to live continuously in the light and warmth. And I think about the Six of Wands card there. Basking in the light and the glory kind of thing. It's not possible to live that way all the time. You must also spend time in the darkness of night and the cooling retreat of the shade. Often, the best times to benefit from the sun are to connect with it at sunrise and sunset. These times, when the sky glows with colour, are a very special time for personal reflection and promise. And finally, the waterfall card representing release. So a waterfall is strong and powerful, and much water flows down its rocky face. There are two waterfalls known as the Twin Waterfalls near where this author lives. They fall from the Dorigo Plateau into the valley below. Communication involves ideas being shared and discussed. When said with anger, words tumble forward, falling with such force that they can hurt and destroy those around them. Rather than let your emotions explode, allow your emotions and feelings to fall, roll and flow out regularly, almost continuously. Sharing your thoughts, feelings and ideas is really important at this time. Whether through the spoken word or even the written word, you need to communicate the overflowing that the waterfall card indicates you are feeling emotionally at this time. Do not let your emotions build up. Say how you feel and be honest with those around you. There is the possibility for arguments and emotional outbursts when you pull this card to me that's kind of connected to the Seven of Wands card. But just speak honestly and openly and allow others to do the same. The emotions with controlled release flow with strength and purpose. Communication is the gift the waterfall holds. To me that kind of fits with that Six of Wands, the Six of Swords card as well. With the need for communication with the swords and words, using words to balance out that emotional state, leaving kind of rougher waters and heading into calmer waters. So Capricorn, that's your reading for February. Let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for listening and watching this reading. I'm really grateful that you've given it your time and attention. If it hasn't resonated, totally fine. Maybe check back in the month or check out your rising sign or your moon sign or any of the other amazing readers on YouTube. Have a great February and I'll see you later.